Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hataage Kemono Michi episode 6. So, last episode, Shigure had to drag, was it Genzo? Yeah. Had to drag Genzo out of the house again to try to make some money. He had gotten a new dog-like demonic beast. Little puppy is about that big. According to her, they don't get along well with humans, like at all. But he doesn't care. To him, he just sees it as a lot of work that he's got to put into the animal to try to get it accustomed to people. However, she's not putting up with that. She kind of drags him out of the house to go and get a job. Like, go on an adventure, get some money so that they can have food. And again, so he can start getting his pet shop, get the money ready for his pet shop. Doesn't go over well. I mean, they go to where they're supposed to, but they weren't hunting animals. They were after, basically, it was like a mandragora? Those plants that have faces and move around and scream. Creepy things. But he wasn't too impressed with the quest. Didn't even want to finish it. And was about to leave until Shigure stopped him, and Carmilla was like, she was like calling him some names and saying some things about him, and they were getting back into a fight. And then Hanako ate the plants. I don't know if that's what they were supposed to do, like kill them or whatever, or if they were just supposed to harvest them and bring them back to the village. If that was the case, they're never going to accomplish that because they're gone. I mean, they can wait a few hours and they'll probably come back, but they're probably not going to want them afterwards. While they were gone, that wolf dude and his sister, at least they think it's supposed to be his sister, went to his house to try to kidnap his dog, to try to get revenge on him from episode 1. But that didn't go over well either. They had a plan to lure the dog out with some food, which worked, but then the wolf kind of thought that the little dog was cute and started trying to play with him on the ground a little, and then he got beat up by the ant. The ant doesn't talk at all, like, that we can understand, but beat him up. And then when Shigure and them got back, she can understand it. It told them that the dog was almost kidnapped, was almost taken, and when they asked who it was, he drew a picture, and then Genzo did what I thought he would never do. He punched the wolf. Because he's mostly animal, I thought he wouldn't do that, but they tried to take his dog, so I guess that pushed him over his tolerance level. And he totally just beat up that wolf, like in the street as well, because he tried to get away. He was doing some wrestling moves on him. And he was going on about how he hadn't done anything involving wrestling in a long time. Speaking of which, the other part of this episode was dealing with his rival, whose name I can't remember right now, but he's the guy that he was wrestling in the beginning of episode 1, where he disappeared partway through their match. This dude is obsessed with him. Well, Animal Mask, he's obsessed with his wrestling persona. And he's just wondering where he went. He's talking a whole bunch of crap about him on TV, even though he's like crying at home because he can't be found, because he wants to have a match with him. He wants to beat him, because every time they've had a match, he's like the only wrestler that he's never beaten. So he wants to beat him. And he can't do that if he's gone. So he's trying to get his mind... Whew, excuse me. He's trying to get his mind off of him. Trying to do other things. Like, I believe this psychiatrist said that he should find a hobby that does not involve wrestling. So he tried knitting, and he knit Animal Mask's face on what he was working on. And then as he's in the bathroom, he gets summoned. Well, he's not like... He's just looking in the mirror. But he gets summoned to the other world by these vampires to fight... Basically to fight the hero. He doesn't know that's Animal Mask. But when he does find out, it's going to be interesting to see what he tries to do. Like, is he just going to charge at him? Is he going to talk to him first and then challenge him? Or what? Guess we'll just have to see. So yeah. I'm assuming that, seeing as how he doesn't really want to do anything with adventures that don't involve animals, he's going to end up doing something with wrestling to get money. So, yeah. Because he did show somebody out on the side that was like he was thinking that we could do something with this. So maybe now he'll actually make some money to go towards his pet shop. Which I was thinking, I don't know how he's going to sell these animals. Like, he seems to be incredibly attached to them. So, I mean, he says he wants a pet shop, but I don't know. Maybe he's not as attached as I think, and he's going to be able to sell them pretty easily. But I don't know. It looks like he's really attached to these animals and would not really want to give them up. At least that's how it seems. Anyway, let's get into this episode. Alright, so the video is going to be located over here. And the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.